All right, guys, how we doing today?
Hey,
Go ahead. Any questions?
is the biggest difference with a team like that the speed, the physicality, the precision, or is it just kind of the package of all of it?
Well, it's a product of lots of hard work is what it is. And I'm not just talking about how they practice, how they train, and how they prepare, but it's a product of recruiting at a really high level. It's a product of making really good decisions in how you evaluate players. Not only the physical dimensions, the speed, the measurables, but also the intangibles. And it's a product of consistency and routine. It's a product of years and years of improving a routine for the player development, and certainly the precision that they play with is pretty special. The margin of error out there is very, very small. So that wasn't built in a week or a month or a couple months or even a year. That was built over several years. There's a lot of talented people over there, not only the players but the coaches. There's great leadership at the top with Coach Saban, and there's tremendous support and alignment with the university. So what you see out there is a product of a lot of people's hard work. There's a lot of people that you don't even know their name. They work every day in that building, and they make a difference in that team and program.
How much can you ill afford to have the kind of special teams mistakes that you guys had early when you're
Right.
facing an opponent like that?
Well, that was probably one of my bigger concerns going into the game. I think they're dynamic in their return game. We were able to neutralize the kickoff returner, but like we expected, the punt returner can create some issues for you. And 17's a true freshman, and he's dynamic. You know, I've been hearing about him for a while, but we're even going into the game. You know, you watch him on offense and defense, and then Monday you go in that special teams meeting and you watch those two returners, and that I probably lost more sleep this week thinking about that than I did anything else. So these guys are hard to tackle. They do a great job with their technique, and they've got a good sound plan. I think Coach Banks has made a difference there in terms of their special teams. And hey, I promise you, we're going to go back. There's going to be things that we can improve, you know, in terms of leverage, angles, better techniques, better ball placement. But to some degree, they're going to expose you. When you've got that much ability, they'll expose your issues and your limitations.
What else did you learn about your team that you're kind of going back to Sun Belt play here?
Well, I think we learned that we've got a group that doesn't quit, you know, that continues to play with great effort and toughness and tries to finish, you know, regardless of the score. You know, I'm proud of the way our players competed in the fourth quarter. Certainly we're able to get some stops. We're able to put some drives together with some consistency. We rushed the ball effectively. And that's where we're at. You know, I think it shows the growth that we're making as people. And that's important in terms of starting a program and trying to get off to a good start relative to the intangibles. And that's what we got a little momentum come out of that last quarter, and that's what I'm proud of, and that's what we'll build off tomorrow.
How do you build off of that momentum moving forward?
Well, it just goes to show you that, you know, when the personnel's even and you do your job and execute on a consistent basis, you can have success. But regardless of the difference in ability out there, I feel like we can coach better. Our guys can execute the plan better. We can get aligned correctly. We can play with better fundamentals. We can take better angles. We're in the early stages of putting this program together, and I think that game is going to provide us an opportunity to see that, you know, we got exposed in some areas that we need to fix. And we can do that lots of ways. You know, we're going to challenge our players to control the things that they can control. That's what it's about. You know, as a competitor, what I don't like is losing because of something I screwed up. You know, it's one thing if the man that you're playing against beats you because he's better than you. It's another thing if maybe you could have done some things better. And I think we could have done some things better today. And that's the things that we got to go to work on and fix.
Have you seen an improvement in specifically talking about things that you can control from Mississippi State to maybe here?
Yeah, we're learning how to practice better. I think our guys are getting into a little bit of a routine. I think we all have to understand that everything's new. I mean, how we practice Sunday to Saturday, that entire routine is new. Last week was really our first time to do that, you know, and then this week was our second time. The first two games that we played were more of a week and a half, 10, 11-day prep. So we'll get better, not only the players now, I'm talking about everybody. How to maximize our time, how to make the most of our meetings, walkthroughs, practice. You know, but I think that we can improve, you know, in our habits, our self-discipline. I think our young people are in the process of figuring out that there's lots out there that they can improve.
Like you said, a lot of it was in the fourth quarter, but how much did you get maybe renewed confidence or confirmed confidence in the ground game?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, and I'm disappointed with the first half last week, but even in the second half last week, we showed that we can be a really effective rushing team, and we've got talented backs. I think we have a good offensive line. As long as we give them a good plan and they go execute the plan, we can rush the football effectively.
Come out clean, any cramps or?
Yeah, and you know, it's disappointing that we would not run off the field. You know, I think that there's some lessons to be said about how to handle those types of situations as well. So we're healthy. I mean, outside of the 5 or 6 guys that are out, you know, we're healthy. We didn't have any injuries today.